Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bazaar. It is Pig Day here today. Do we have the stuff on? We do. So we're gonna go to see what we can do on the new patch with Pig. So what is different with Pig? The super duper Infinaloop Pig, I'm not gonna say it's no more. It's just not really anymore. You know, like, I think it's for the best. It felt weird and out of his archetype. There are still definitely traces of it. Yo-Yo is exactly the same as it was last patch, which I think is as it's meant to be. I think that Yo-Yo being exactly as it was last patch, which is very, very good, is fine when there's only one item that's doing that. If you have one character that has like 3 or 4 different items that can do that, they kind of start looping up themselves. You know, we'll cross the bridge when we get to it, though. But I think a Ganjo start is legitimately pretty good. It's legitimately pretty darn good. Adjacent weapons gain 10 damage. Heal items gain 10 heal. Shield items gain 10 shield. It's just good. We're going to go ahead and take a level up before the first fight if we can. I think it is still the strat. We do have to consider... Oh, you know what? Old duct tape is back. Old duct tape is back, which does bring in some weird shenanigans for Pig. Whenever using adjacent item, shield 5 alongside the Ganjo is pretty good. It's always been pretty good. You know, the old model ship had that sort of thing going on as well. But now duct tape and model ship have finally, on a patch, have finally, like, separated. They are no longer just the same item, but model ship is worse. There is some slightly different use cases for them now. Model ship does work like old duct tape still, but better, but bigger, but no slow. You know, they were different, but alas, now they're very different. Didn't get it anyways, don't need to worry about it. Grabbing the strange mushroom for the extra XP. And then now we need to, in this shop, we need to find something that either has damage, healing, or shielding. Textiles, I really like it. I might just take the freaking briefcase. Because we can, like, pivot out of it. And it's a 4-second cast item, which is not that bad. Textiles by Ganjo might just be good enough. And then we can sell out of briefcase. And we'll be completely good to go. This is, like, extremely non-committal. And I love it.
Being an elder is just one perspective.
Leftmost item gains 20 shield. Does that line up with what I think Pig could be good at right now? I think it wins me day one. I think it wins me day one. This heals equal to our shield. We're going to be ramping it up. We just happen to have the briefcase. I'm going to add the 5 heal to this. We're going to hedge our bets and say, I don't want to go to day, 11, 12, 13 if we can help it.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen...
We do have a jellyfish. Which, you know what? I don't think actually matters. I was scared for a moment, but then I remembered textiles completely hard counters poison. At least in the early game. Before poison starts to go off 1,000,000 miles an hour. But Ganjo is just a good start. Like, this is not because briefcase is poggin or textile. I mean, textiles is pretty decent. It's just... by nature of them all being by each other, we have scaling shielding, scaling healing, scaling damage, and I have more health than them, and I hit level 2 and they didn't. So it's like,
defeat does not defeat
it's just
me.
not really going to be close. We would need someone with super scaling to beat us there. We just had raw value, good scaling across the board on all 3 fronts. So... medium items kind of tempting. Wouldn't mind finding something like a weights is a thing. We could go for silk. I wonder if that's a thing again. Silk might be a thing again. With what? Spiky shield? I guess, unless we can find force field. Alternatively, we could look for a Regal Blade or a dog, which I think is going to probably be pretty good. or a spiky shield. I feel like
think you're really
spiky shield makes sense. Okay, now maybe we should have gotten the silk, but like if we got the silk, then we wouldn't have rolled. Spiky shield is going to be gaining damage and shielding when the Ganjo goes off, so it just works out pretty well. And we'll go ahead and buy the cash register. It's kind of like buying 2 income for a while. And we'll go for Strange Mushroom. XP. Usually just going to be a good call. Giant Mosquito does have Rush. And we're going to be leveling up anyways. I would love Rush. Keen Eye wouldn't be too bad either, honestly. It's like, it's fine. It's nothing crazy, but nothing bad either. Okay. Whoop. And the slow's messing up the super clean timing. If we don't get slowed, it goes, these go, and then all 3 of them go, which is perfect timing for a spiky shield.
I've come too far to let
Slow an item for 3 seconds. Other slow items gain slow. Sure, sure, sure. I don't want to take this. We don't get XP. I'll get a loot item. I'm open. CDR. Okay. Round 2. I know that I win this, so I'm just gonna go in. We'll see what we get. Maybe we get another amber and we can actually get it up to gold, which gold amber is actually pretty good. It's slow 2 items for 3 seconds. It's kind of like a mini dock lines. It's pretty darn good, actually. I feel like this item is actually quite good. We just haven't really recognized it because Mac isn't out, and we don't have easy access for upgrading it a lot. I definitely want to see some items in general. Over income? I think so. 6.9. I think it's worth. We'll take a jewelry. I could see that being useful here. Marbles. Whenever using an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. Slow any 1 item for 1 second. Matchbox. Whenever you use any non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. It's that at all levels. Same charge here. 1 at all levels. But this does slow anything, but it's only 1 item. So it's nice. It's a little bit like, it's worse and better at the same time. It's not just slow items, so there's less situations where it's hitting nothing. Matchbox got its burn increased at, like, all levels. It ramps up to be pretty good. Like, I don't know, like 7 or does it go up to 9, maybe? Like, a respectable amount of burn. So, like, the damage increased, but it procs less.
Hey, take your time.
Thank you. I'm explaining stuff right now, Mr. JJ. Could also just not run silk yet. I feel like no. I'm questioning if I want to run marbles. I think I might.
So, how about this weather?
I think it's just still a good item. I think that's the thing. I think it's always been a good item. I think I could run these 2 by each other. Even this all at the same time and get an extra slow on the marbles. I just don't think that's bad. Slow an item for 2 seconds. Slow an item for 3 seconds. I think that's probably going to be a little bit better here. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I think that we want to rank up the silk a bit more before we play it.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelagia.
Got Life Preserver, Cutlass. Everyone and their mother wants to run Cutlass now. Back at it again. Okay. So we have more slow than they do. I mean, the Ganjo should do plenty for us, right? Their slow is janking me up for sure here. If anything cooks me, Life Preserver cooks me. If anything here is a problem, it's Life Preserver.
You've got
Hua.
talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Okay. I'm going to check how many times these went off. 10 slows at 2 seconds. That's noteworthy. That's very noteworthy. I like these together here. 4.9 seconds. Okay. Don't have a lot of cash. So Lost Crate is a pretty nice thing to go for. We can upgrade a bronze item. I'm kind of leaning towards the silk. Because then it feels like selling all of our small items makes a little bit more sense. Medium items in general. Hit me with it.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
I mean, it's a good item. It's a good item. I don't think I'm going for it, but it's a good item. Cash register. It doesn't give us more.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
It just gives us higher value. If it gave us more, I'd be a little bit more excited because of the silk of it all. All right, this is the big question. This is the big question. Can I beat this? If I can beat this, and we can get a force field by the Textiles Ganjo, like, oh my god. I should be fine, but I can't deny it's a little bit spooky. It's not. This is not a pushover fight. Rigged, ironically, could mess up my timing. Okay.
Turn the lights off when you leave.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it might mess up my timing. But you know what? I think it's worth it. And also, like, what am I saying there? It's really nice that these are going off together, and then all three of them go off together the second time. That works really well for us if we don't get slowed or whatever. If one of them gets hasted, it kind of, I don't know, it messes up a little bit. If Spiky Shield's one of the ones that get hasted, then, like, I don't know. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't think I need to worry about it. I'm going to take an Econ Seminar because I have enough money to... Ooh. The property to the left has double value and cooldown reduction. That's... Okay. That could be kind of fun. Deadly Crooner, I think you have a Silver Ganjo, right? Yes, sir. Silver Ganjo, Silver Textiles. Scrap's good. Medkit's good. Basically, the only thing we really don't want is the Hality. I don't think we really want left-handed either. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, this is not giving a ton yet. What is our matchup that we don't want to see? Probably, unfortunately, probably like a Burn Dually. Which, I say unfortunately... Oh, it's fine. I say unfortunately because I think it's not uncommon right now. Ugh, that got nerfed so bad. We could do better. When your enemy uses a weapon, your shield items gain 5 shield. I mean, Reinforced Steel is so good. But Hardened Shield is logical, like, right now. It could immediately help us. Now I'm not feeling like we're playing this. Unless I... You know what? Unless I get Fort. Oh, new Fort. New Fort. If we get there, I'll explain it. But, like, with Spiky Shield, new Fort is kind of interesting. Let's just say it's quite different, and we could give our Spiky Shield multicast. We've got a Javelin user spotted. I don't think it's going to go well. We should be fine here. Like, we should be more than fine here. Where are they getting their haste? I thought they had haste. They don't have haste. So they're just running javelin for the raw numbers, I guess.
Like my crew says at the bar.
Sure.
Another round.
So far, so fine. Wouldn't mind a marbles upgrade. I'm assuming it just gets an extra second of slow. Let's go wild. Landscraper is completely different now. 9 seconds. Shield equal to this item's value. Whenever you use another item, this gains shield equal to the value of that item for this fight. Quite different. I might be able to find a way to make it work, but I just don't really know right now. Because we have the balcony. We can get it down to 8 seconds. I don't know. Maybe. Not really interested in a weapon right now, so I think we just take the Lost Crate. It's too late to pivot into any of, like, the good scaling items. Haste Pot. Solar Farm with a matchbox is also interesting. Crow's Nest is too much of a space commitment for us, I think, with no good way to upgrade it. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I mean, man's got no damage. Poor guy. Got his weapons removed and then nothing put back for actually doing some kind of damage.
You looking for work?
Oh! You shouldn't have, but you should have. You definitely should have. Thank you so much. Well, now I'm like, God, what do I even freaking... Maybe over the marbles, huh? Now I want silver tier loot. I want to go for as much loot as I can so I can try and find an ammo upgrade. Because that's obviously going to be much harder on Pig. Tools. Tools. I think I have to look up what the hell we even have in our tool pool. Whoop. Pig tool. What do you even have anymore? And it's day 4, so only these starting tiers. Cash register, crook. So there's 7 items. You're basically guaranteed to find these items if you reroll. Like, I don't think I'm a crook gamer today. I don't think I'm going square pig as much as I'm like halfway there. I think we would just want to grab some chocolate. Helps out our silk. I might do this. Okay. Econ items or more HP. I'm wild. I'm going for it. Whenever you sell a large item, this gains 2 sell value. Your items have double value in combat. You know what sucks is since this doesn't have an active, it doesn't have great synergy with Landscraper. I'm gonna think about it though. I'm gonna think about it, and by that I mean I'll probably end up getting rid of it. I'm just buying income. This I'm just buying free coins for the silk.
This will do well for you, I promise.
Okay, so like upgrading jewelry.
A wise investment.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Pygmalion.
Upgrading jewelry is kind of interesting here. So we can upgrade the truffles, and when we sell it, your leftmost items gains value equal to this value. We can put that on jewelry, so we can stack that, which could work well with a land scraper. I don't know if there is an item value build that actually exists right now, but
I'm huge.
bumping up the value of the jewelry via bumping up the value of the truffles, it's kind of an idea. It's kind of an idea here. These all got sort of like in sync for a bit. Oh, they don't have a whole lot of damage output. That's not good for a... They have a lot of survivability. but I'm going to be just stacking up damage. Absolutely stacking up damage. Bye-bye.
Next time, boys, less blunder.
I mean, they got survivability out the wazoo. I'm just not the kind of build they want to run up against. Yep. Yep. Am I playing this on board? Let's think. When you sell a large item, this gains 2 sell value. Your items have double value. Obviously, that like works well with this. Let's think. Let's think here. There's just... It takes up too much space, what I'd like to do, I'm pretty sure. Like... Really? Like this? Is this a board? It might be someday. It's not right now. It might well be at some point. We could even do this. That's, like, potentially valuable, considering we have Hardened Shield. But the thing is, I would like to get the eating contest. So, like, we need to figure out this pivot. Are we doing it or no? Are we doing it or not? I think the deed's too much. I think it's a little bit too much space for it. I think that we'll have to just find a better balcony. And I'll sell the amber. We'll keep the landscraper. It'll slowly be building up value. Potentially we can pivot into it with like the balcony and stuff. I think that could be fun. Gold items. There's a lot of good items that only show up at gold, like Fort. All items have their cooldowns increased by 1 second. Your items with a cooldown of 8 seconds or greater have a multicast. So I'm going to do that. Value of 24. I'm going wild. I think we're not playing that. I mean, like, I know I threw a lot for that. Fort goes up to 2 seconds. Your items with 8 seconds or higher have an extra multicast. So that way we could get multicast on Silk as well. So that's really appealing. I'll throw this down on the board in a moment. But, like, keeping Ganjo would have maybe been a good call. Upgrade a silver or lower tier item. It's probably the Silk. Because if we upgrade the Fort so it goes to 2 second increase, that includes my Silk. Gotta tell you, we're going for the Rocket Trooper. The off chance that we get either gunpowder, rocket boots, flashy reload, like, it all could be kind of interesting. Dude, I love it. Yeah, so new Fort's very different. Kind of turns this ironically into, like, force field, kind of. We like crit. We like crit. Okay, definitely interested in what Kev's Armory has.
I can forge some for you.
We'll take it. It upgrades the shielding by a little bit. That's it. It upgrades the shielding by a little bit. It's not that exciting. I could get a textiles back. We could get a shielded briefcase, I guess. Belt. You know what? Yeah. I think you're right. I think belt is probably just the right call. You in general. Textiles could be good, obviously. But the shield item, I'm quite poor. Just give me a little bit of cash. I think we just do this. Okay. Not very winning pig.
Boring.
Regal Blade. Crook Gaming. Unfortunate. See, this is what I'm talking about with that start around haste. A little bit stinky. Okay, so the first one went and it didn't have it. The second one did. I like it. God, Newford is so cool. What a cool item. They took it from, like, an extremely annoying, weird item into an entire build activator. That's very cool. Don't really care about weapons right now. Don't really care about the dunes. I'm just going to grab random crap to sell. Gold skills or specifically shield skills. I'm going to hope.
Don't get so defensive, Fortis.
Here's the issue. What if they don't have any weapons? We want to diversify. When the enemy has more health than you, your shield items have their cooldown reduced. We don't want that yet. I'll take the shield crit. This crits really, really well. Sure. Gotta keep my brain open for, like, okay, well, what's some other truly crazy high cast items? Like, Crane, I guess, is sort of an idea. It's a little bit weird. I think we'll take the Dire Mosquito because we can afford a little bit of cooldown reduction on Spiky Shield. We can also just use Fort as a really big knee brace, which I wonder if that was on purpose. Probably not. It should say all items cooldowns are increased by 1 second in combat. That's what it should be. Because otherwise we have big new knee brace. Could be here. It's day 6 though, not super likely. So I'm gonna take a mysterious portal.
I bring tidings
What do you got?
from the Empyrean realm.
Shiny bandages. When your enemy uses an item, your items gain 10% crit chance. It's kind of interesting. Fiery jewelry. A shielded yo-yo is pretty good, but, like, doesn't line up well with the fort idea. A Jabalian longbow. So there's kind of like a place to put the Jabalian longbow in a late game build now. We're definitely going for relax. It just scales very well with Spiky Shield. Okay.
My dreams are
A lot of low win accounts. People probably, I guess, coming in and not knowing what the meta is right now. Got a bronze Treb, but they have quick ignition. Interesting. Here we go.
Bring her about. I've got another salvo with you.
Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. It's actually like, it's actually strong and super fun. Okay. On the hunt for an ammo upgrade. Full board haste, obviously super, super good. Take the XP. We love small items for our silk. That is going to be getting another multicast very soon. All right. I love the potential of a bonk. Wait. Hey, look at that. Oh, he's got a voice now. But look at that. Bonk. Put my silk up to multicast. You fool. You absolute goon. Anchor multicast? Oh my god, there's so many cool ideas. Brass Knuckles gaining multicast is something, I suppose. What do we do? Healing is an idea. Healing is definitely an idea. Slow. I feel like it's healing. The question is, do I put it on the silk or the spiky shield? Because the silk gives us a heal of a lot. The spiky shield, this is more guaranteed. This is more guaranteed. Oh my god, B1, B2. Oh. Okay, okay. The annoying thing is one of these is probably going to be a spiky shield, isn't it? Dude, I'm happy. Okay. One is an energy potion. We're happy with that. It's fine. I'm happy with everything being upgraded except for the spiky shield. Like, in my board there. Rigged upgrade. Haste 3 items for 3 seconds. That's almost all of my board. Hard shell is good. First time you fall below 50%, reload the energy potion. Something, too. Obviously, hard shell is good. But I think rigged is better. We're going to be going for like a start of combat instant haste on this full board here. Pretty much. It's a burn dually. I do think that we have we've overcome our fear of burn dually on this run. Not the thing I wanted to get hasted. I will admit that. Not the thing I wanted to see frozen. I'll admit that. None of that worked out in my favor there. But the man's dead. That was extremely unlucky, like, rigged hasting into freeze, and it didn't matter. So, good stuff. Just gonna go for a shield upgrade.
Our bodies are just containers for it.
Eating contest, same kind of deal. It upgrades my silk, which is a pretty important part of this situation. So I can get, can I get a little bit of cooldown reduction? I don't know. Does this mess things up? Cooldown reduction might grief us. We can lose a second here. Once this hits gold, then it'd be fine. The silk, I'm not as sure.
Not all
Doesn't matter.
Somalians
Didn't get it.
are pacifists.
There are some interesting pig skills, aren't there? Tall buildings. Use a property, do damage. It's fine. Properties have crit chance. It's fine. Reduce the cooldown of your properties. Might actually be bad. Cooldown reduction if you have 4 or fewer items might be bad. No weapons, not true. When you use a whenever you use a property, adjacent items gain crit. That's actually quite good. Reinforced steel's fine. Whenever you level up, upgrade a property is good. Tall buildings is great.
Ready when you are.
I think there's enough stuff here that I'm interested. There we go. So whenever we use the fort, adjacent items gain haste. That happens twice. Gumballs. We like it for our silk. And we have the 5 gumball option now. It's just even better. I couldn't afford the fort upgrade if we got it, so I'm just going to get a level up here soon. Fighting a lot of low ranks that haven't won a lot. So, not getting a great test of this build, but I actually think that it is legitimate. Huh. Okay. And we still haven't gotten the diamond fort for the multicast silk yet. So that's very funny. Haste, haste. I mean, I don't know. He's just a defensive wall. Oh, he's got Angry Balloon Bot. You know, I think that if there's ever a time where Angry Balloon Bot could be a part of the game, I guess it would be now. Now that Armored Core is like, it feels like it's so back. Basically, like, Because Vanessa's not out here. Vanessa and Pig are not out here doing infinite loops that grant more shield than whatever you're doing. I'm just going to take the freebies to upgrade my Silk. That's worth not getting an experience to me, getting the extra HP. Gumballs, we love it. Oh my god, last patch, you can never dream of that. That freaking speed. Huh. There's something... Okay, there's some shenanigans with this. If you have one item increase its cooldown by 30% or whatever, to increase its damage by 50%, you could make an item that would really benefit from a multicast. Like, oh, that's... Fort Sniper as well is cute. If you could find the way to survive. I think we just go for the biggest, baddest dude, though. I think that just makes sense. I mean, we could get a haste on our small items, but that doesn't really matter. No crits. Crits. I'll check dig site.
Imagine the wonders waiting for us in the ground.
Cash Cannon can get multi-strike with forts. Diamond Fort makes Cash Cannon have multi-strike as long as you don't reduce its CDR. Bushels, quite nerfed. Meh. Ray. Just I want to look at this real quick to see. Your ammo items have 20% crit chance, just as a passive. When one of your items runs out of ammo, charge it 1 second. Reload adjacent items 1 ammo on a 4-second cooldown? Powder Flask could never.
Who were the people who left these things behind?
I could do that for infinite ammo, but I think I'd rather keep the belt. I could get a little bit of CDR as a treat, especially if I get an insect wing instead of a...
Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
I'll do that after I get the upgrade for the fort. I like it. It's a whole new way to think about a build.
Boring.
It's completely new. Okay, ignition core. We got an ignition core with plasma rifle. It's kind of cute. We don't like a burn dually, but we really don't like this one. Bye-bye. Next. It goes to 2 seconds, right? Yep. All items have their cooldown increased by 2 seconds. So Fort is up to 9. This is up to 8.4. Okay, it didn't even make a difference. It's 1 second. I don't know, I was scared it was going to make a difference. So now Silk multicasts. Heal item, temp boost. Dude, just give me an HP boost. To the moon we go. Crash Titan. You know, Juggler is... It's something here, I guess. Alright, bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. It's so good. It's so good. Use the item on the left, haste the item on the right. I don't think we really need to, but I could. Medium items, I don't really care anymore. Did that just move me up an hour?
I've been watching your
Diamond's
progress.
good.
At last, here you
For
are.
some you fall below half health, remove freeze slow, cleanse half your burn. For some you fall below half health, heal for 30% of your max health cleanse. I mean, that's good. It's good. Desperate cleanse is good. I'm going to be stupid. Oh. The first time you fall below half health, use your highest shield item. That should be pretty good. Oh my god.
Something like that.
Oh my god. Did Belt get any enchants? Does Belt have any enchants yet? No. Okay, so we... Gotta be honest, we probably just put it on Energy Pot. Don't we? Unless, like, what does Fort do? Haste one item for 4 seconds. I gotta be real. Are we getting through 24 seconds of haste? No. We're not getting through 24 seconds of haste. So, and if we do, we got a big problem because we also have tall buildings. So this, if we, basically the reason I would do it that way is this opens up the possibility of a different, better enchant on Fort, like an icy or something like that, I guess. All right, Ignition Core, enjoy your 2-second increased cooldowns. Oh. We might have a problem here in Disney World. All right. We'll be seeing you. We will be seeing the hell out of you. That's a perfect, man. Guys, Fort's good. Fort is good, and I like it. Oh, mama. Have I gotten a win with Fort? I have. Unfortunately, I do think I've gotten a win with all this stuff. But I've definitely never gotten a win with all this stuff in this way. Oh, is Silk not on here? Wait. Huh. I mean, I'm sure I've won with it before. Maybe I'm just blind. Oops. Well, we definitely won with it today. So you know what? We'll mark that down. Bazaar 89. I know we've won with it before. But now, there we go. We've got it marked down. I'll alphabetize that. We actually gained rank for winning 10 games. Because it had to be a freaking perfect for that, I guess. Good to know. Also, apparently, I was informed a big reason for rank loss. There was apparently a bug where when you were getting, like, some kind of bug with disconnecting, someone was telling me that might have been responsible for extra rank loss, which, if so, is even more annoying about the current rank system. But it doesn't really matter. It's going away in a week and a half, 2 weeks. And the new rank system for Legend can't be worse. It can't be worse. This one was just a hacked together temp one. I love Fort, guys. It's an entire new archetype. An entire new archetype for Pig. The issue is purely just Fort is gold or higher only. So it's kind of like it's a mid-late game pivot to something else that you're already doing that has pretty high cooldowns. Like, obviously, you could have a multi-strike Beast of Burden. Like, that's a very obvious thing you could do. You could run that. You could run, like, very easily, you could give your Regal Blade multi-strike. It's weird, though. You'll have to, like, be cognizant of if you're reducing your cooldowns or not. Because if it's something that has a 6-second cooldown, if it has a 6-second cooldown, and you put in Fort, it gets multi-strike. If you've ever reduced the cooldown, it'll be at 7.9. It will not gain multi-strike. So, like, it's a weird line of consideration that you now have to keep in mind. Like, your 6-second items probably shouldn't be getting cooldown reductions. Because if you're going to be keeping them for the late game. you might want to go fort style. Also, extremely real use case for lethargy now. Is that still in the game? Let me double check. It sure is. All items have a cooldown increase of 30 to 50%. This, like, the fact that we now actually have a build where you are going to be hunting this down is really good. Really, really good. I think one change needs to be made to fort. One change needs to be made to fort, and that is that, please, we removed knee brace from the game, all that stuff. We removed the cooldown increase on the items, on the lich item, and then we put it on fort. Can we please solve the problem of the tedium of min-maxing, like, cooldown reduction by just saying in combat? All items have their cooldown increased by 2 seconds in combat. If we could do that, great. Like, surely it can work. Surely the tech can be there for that, I would assume. Like, that's how, you know, the enemy, they hate ones like Bonk and stuff, or Chrono Barrier, they work on combat start. I feel like it can't be too wild to say that those should work at start of combat too instead. Anyway, a lot of fun. That's that. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Check out the channel for more Bazaar every single day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.